Hey guys, Rick here from Hobby Time and welcome back to the channel. Now, today I'm going to do a quick long-term review of the Anycubic Kobra 2 Max. Been working with the printer for about 6 months now. I've put about 2,500 hours on it. So I thought I'd just do a quick rundown of how it's worked for me, what we've done and things like that. Now, however, first and foremost, Anycubic did send me this printer to work with them. They haven't paid me for a review or anything like that. So these are my honest thoughts as a fairly newbie to printing. So a bit of backstory, I've been printing for maybe 3 or 4, maybe 5 years. I started out with an Anycubic original Photon, so in resin, and I upgraded myself a few years later to a Mono X. And about 14 or 15 months ago, I switched over to FDM to start a big project, which was Baymax. Now, Baymax was all printed on an Anycubic Mega X. So it was an earlier version of the large bed printers. And then I moved on to a Kobra Plus, I think it was. And yeah, now, so I've got the Kobra 2 Max, which I've done a fair few projects on it. As you can see, I'll show you a quick clip here of the things that we've done. But yeah, the printer's been pretty good. Here's some specs up on the screen for you for the people that don't know in relation to the printer, like the bed volume, the build volume, obviously speeds, things like that. Now, I'm a beginner when it comes to FDM printing, so I preferred to just set and forget and run with it. Now, the only thing I did notice with the Kobra 2 Max was Anycubic slicing software was a bit lax in a few things. I've been using Prusa slicer for everything for that, and it has a profile there. It's been perfect. It's been absolutely flawless when it comes to print. Now, Anycubic slicer program was also good, but it was lacking some of the features for big builds and stuff like that that we've been through. So I've made a life-size T60 power armor. I've made, there's a right next to me, I can't show you yet, another life-size figure. I've done Anwin Rin's armour. Now, not all of them, those projects were done on the Kobra 2 Max. There were certain parts that I'd done on my Creality K1 Max, and that's simply because I have had a couple of issues with the Kobra 2 Max. Now, the only problem in the time that I've had was inside the hot end. There is a tiny PTF tube, a guide tube, and twice now, and I'm onto a third one, it has chopped out that tube, and it seems to be a common problem. Now, in Anycubic's defense, they've sent parts straight out. I cannot fault their customer service and obviously their social media service and things like that. Big shout out to Spring, who's on all the Anycubic pages. She's been amazing with things like that, and so have their team there. The customer service has been second to none. And it's just one little thing that has caused me the problems on that printer. And hopefully on the next generation, Anycubic might fix that little issue, because it is quite annoying. It gets hot, it melts, it goes down into the hot end, blocks everything, and then you pretty much have to replace it. I've tried to repair one. A spare one that I had was to no avail. So after all that time, after those thousands of hours, that has been the only issue that I have had with the printer. I've had no issues with main boards. You'll see from a photo here, I have scratched my bed, and that was because of that tube. It done a partial clog, basically it came out of the nozzle and then just scraped along the bed. I wasn't home, it's my own fault. So yeah, now I do use Anycubic's app to watch everything. It's pretty basic, but it works. So, you know, that's the main thing. It hasn't let me down or anything like that as yet. I reckon I've probably put 60 rolls of filament through the printer. Still going good. you know, never had really any bad prints that weren't my fault. A lot of people complain about bad prints and things like that, but 90% of the time it is user error. And I'll freely admit I'm a newbie and I've had a few user errors, mainly from supports, no brims and things like that. So yeah, that's all been on me. But yeah, I've printed things like you can see up there. That's a part of a Space Marine. I have printed his forearms and his shoulders. They were done on this large bed of the Kobra 2 Max, which you really needed because some parts are really hard to join. And the big bed has really made it great to be able to print on. Yeah, so it's one of those things. It's sitting there at the moment, waiting for a new hot end, which is coming, a new print head they're sending me actually, which is coming soon. I'll get back to printing. I've got a couple of big projects on the go and I will keep printing with it, pump another 20 rolls of filament through it and another 1,000 hours. But yeah, I just wanted to let everyone know that that's my thoughts on the Kobra 2 Max. Please just comment down below if you've got one, if you've had issues with one. You know, I've found a few things that I've done that have helped me. Probably a few things I've done that have been detrimental as well. But yeah, all in all, like for the price that you pay for that printer, it's pretty good. Here in Australia, I think you can pick one up for about 600 bucks. But yeah, it's a great printer for someone, maybe not a primary printer, as it is a big printer, so the bigger you go, the slower it is. But if you're into cosplay stuff and big prints, definitely take a look at the Anycubic Kobra 2 Max. I highly recommend it. I really just hope that Anycubic fixed that little issue with that tiny little guide tube inside it. But that's pretty much all I've got to say on that. But yeah, if you've got something to say on the printer, or if you've got the printer or looking at getting a printer, let me know down below. Yeah, but as always, thanks for watching and we will catch you on the next video, guys. Thanks for that.